Hi everybody, so today we are taking a look at how to build a monster deck. It's the easiest deck to build in the game actually. It's a general guide, not every deck is built the same. But here I have a deck that I can recreate by showing you how I did it. So the first thing off you should choose a leader for your deck. Like Carapace, Force of Nature. Carapace is great with Kelly. Force of Nature is great with Thrive. Fright Frost is good in a long round, but there are too many engines now, so that's not that great. Arca Swarm, you know, if you want to build actually a swarmy deck, or Fruits of Ysgrit, if you wanna point slam. Blood Scent is also a good long round. Vampire decks use that, and the Deathwish deck is Overwhelming Hunger, of course. But the easiest deck to play in Gwent is by far the Fruits of Ysgrit deck. First off, you shall type in sorry. You shall type in Thrive. You shall type in Thrive. And you shall look for 5 cards that are actually easy to proc and doesn't require that much strength, and that are not vulnerable to punishes like archers or such pings from other realms. So this and Dragalarva is great, and then this one, and you can play Scratchalot. He is a great card, but I didn't choose to include him. Another great card that you can play in all of your decks actually is the Musicians of Blaviken. This thins out the deck. Also, it is great tempo. For the Pointslammy deck, you want the Magic Lamp, of course, and you look for cards with no abilities. No ability. You look for this one, and this one, the old spear tip. We can't have 4 provision cost cards. You want the Jotun, because it's 15 for 8. But if you play the Jotun, then you shall play the Ice Giant. Then if you are ready with that, then you shall go to the most Pointslammy cards like Regis or Egan. I don't like to play Regis because it pins too much if you lose a round, and eventually in a long round too, your opponents can have more engines, and then it just mills your deck and it's counterproductive in that way. So Egan is a great choice. You want this card in almost all of your decks. Egan is a great choice. And you just come down here. You look for another Tempe card, or you don't have to actually. This Koshne is a great pick for more engine-based decks with Karantir, the 9 mana card which copies it. Karantir Arfanel. It's great with that, but we don't want that kind of engine value now. We just want Pointslammy cards. And if you look at it, we have 9 units and 111 provisions. So the easiest thing to do is put in a Ramfree and call it a day with the Finning, with the Bandits, the Gang. And if you are playing a Pointslammy deck, you also want Nikas. This is just an example that how should you build a deck. It's not every deck is built like this. Roach, you want Roach for tempo, like that. You want Ozrel, of course. Ozrel, great Ozzy. You want Ozrel for your deck because it's great for great for graveyard manipulation, and this deck goes pretty high on points, and Ozro can eat sometimes even 15 provision cost cards. Not provision cost, sorry, 15 power cards like Eagern. You also want... what is that card that I wanted to showcase? Is it 10 provisions? I forgot the name of it. Oh, what it is. What it is. What it is. Where is it? 9 provisions. Where it is. This one, Morwood. You want this card because it grows by the end of your turn, and it even grows in graveyard, which is great for the Ozro. And it also grows in your hand, so you can play him whenever you want, but preferably at the end of it's your last card that you play this Mourned. And you want also the Griffins, because with Eagern usually eat the fruit most of the time, not always, but usually. You also want Pointslammy cards like what kind of Pointslammy cards? You have Roach Knickers, yeah, we went over that. And you want, of course, you can play the Alpha Werewolf because it's great value, but it needs Beast in your hand. But I don't really like that card. So from 5 you just want the Griffin, and also you want the Witch's Apprentice because it's an engine, and this deck lacks engines. It just has the Wyvern and the Larva, and also the Witch Apprentice, and the Fruits of Ysgrit as an engine, because it's quite not heavy on engines. And you want like low provision cost cards that synergize with your deck. Low provision cost cards like what? You can throw in an engine all the time with the Beast. You can't really go wrong with that, but it's not that great of a card. You also want like a no ability. We checked that. Yeah, if you can fit in this combo, it's great, but if you can't, then it's not mandatory. It's like a good combo, but you know, it doesn't fit always. And I just looked at the other deck that I just built. Morn, Ramfrey, Jotun, Ozor, Goliath, Doregray and Maxi. Okay, so these are just tech options actually. No. These are just tech options, you know. That the Doregray is a great lock for the cost. It's also 6 provisions and the gold, so you can thin out Roach. You want Maxi, because it's a 6 for 5, that's not that bad. And it also thins Roach as well, you know. And you have 10 provisions left. You can put a 4, so you have to put 2 5s. And there the ghoul comes in for graveyard activation, and this is the deck. I hope you learned something. So in summary, in short, you want Pointslammy cards like Goliath, like Eagern and Morund. You want the Renfrey to push the second round, and you also want the Ice Giants, the Griffins, the the engine, the Witch Apprentice, and the Thrive engines like the Wyvern, the Andreglarva, the Ghoul is not a Thrive engine, but it's great at producing more points for the provision, you know, like 10 or 11 with the Thrive engine, the Fruit. And let's see a game that how should you play a deck like this. In short, if you don't want to watch the gameplay, it's about getting the win in the first round and then pushing the second round, you know. And then in the third round, you just wanna have a short round, and it's great for coin abuse, this deck. So if you go second, yes, then this deck is great and always wins, almost always wins. And if you go first, then it's not that great, but still a good deck. So I will put this deck, this leather one, because it's the same. I just put together the same list. I just put this deck into the description, and you can play with it. And if you want to watch some gameplay, I'm not that high ranked. I'm not that high ranked because I haven't played for like, you know, for like 6 months, I think. Let's see. Oh fuck.
There is no other way.
If he plays the buff card which buffs his units, then we shall press on him. Okay, this is not a bad hand actually. I take it. So first you want to develop your Thrive engine. The question is always to which row to stack on, and actually it depends on the row which comes on a random allied row, and this raises the battlefield, so you can't really go wrong with this. So you just play this and this, and you end your turn. And see, this card grows. Now it's a 2-power unit.
Your spear, sir.
Okay, you further develop your Thrive engines, like the Wyvern. It doesn't really matter what you damage. Not, of course, if you wanna lock it, then it matters, but still. And you should always.
Death to the enemy!
And you should always stack a row actually. I fucked up with the Wyvern, but it's not that big of a deal. You should play now Griffin. I think this is the play. So for later for the Ghoul, actually it's quite good. Okay, he wants to compete in the round. But we should just lock it and say goodbye to him, I think. He can't come back from here, so I think he can't come back from here, so we pass on him if he pushes. He pushed. Okay.
Nice mess you've got here.
He pushed. It was a mistake by him, I think. This is the rare occasion you don't wanna push, because he has so little points. He must commit a big card, and even though we committed like Duragray and a little bit of Thrive engines, it's not a big problem. See? Now we shall push and maybe win the round. And it's 2-0. Okay, my opponents are not great in that level range. that I'm playing at, but still, it's a good... Okay, see, the ghoul now eats the griffin in the graveyard, which is great, and this shall grow as well. We should take a peek at our deck, or what? We don't have Thrive Engine, so we can play the griffin. Is the classic play, you know, like griffin to anything, basically.
We tanned their black-clad hides at Sodden, we'll tan their black-clad hides again!
Okay, we should play around a little bit of Igni. Maybe he has Igni, but it seems like a Devo deck.
Kneel before your king and I shall show you mercy.
It's now seems like a Devo deck.
Sharpen the bolt, boys.
T-shirt play. What? The fucking infantryman. Yeah, I guess so.
Semper Fi!
Who would have thought?
Death to the enemy!
Great. We shall use our M3. But first, let's play around a little bit Igni, but it's a Devo deck, I think, so it doesn't matter. We want to get out the Blue Stripes Commandos, if we can, all of them, play for 2-0, because in a short round he's much better actually.
Shit, I knew it. I told you so,
If
you
we can
idiot.
win this round and can survive, then we are not that golden. See, it's 30, so we can play our engine. It's passive 2 points, not that bad. And this can grow pretty fast. Next turn it will be 8.
But we're broke as shit peddlers.
Of course, he will play the princess. If he can get a short round from us, then that's a problem. So we must 2-0 him, with other words. We must 2-0 him, of course. Playing around Igni. With Mordant, we shall play Mordant here, because it will be 15, I think. Okay, he's really greedy.
In the universe of which even the sages have not dreamt.
He's really greedy, actually. We shall 2-0 him. I believe in the cards. Believe in the cards, Yugi! Boost an allied unit by 2, increase its value by the target's base power. This is good. This is good as well. Okay, we shall not play it yet. We shall play Maxi, I think. See it? This is the meter generator that I was talking about. That I wanted to see. 20 points. I think he lost, actually.
Fool me once, death on you. No one gets to fool me twice.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. If we might go to that round. But I think he lost, actually, so... I think so, at least. Of course, that's pretty slow. There is a great Igni for him, but he doesn't have Igni because he's devil. I think he goes here, and we play our hero power, which goes for like 1,000,000, and we won, I think. He doesn't have any cards. Okay. Maybe he has the talisman, but The talisman, even the talisman is not enough. Okay, we won. Okay, the deck will be in the description, and you can expect the other factions as well soon. Thank you for watching.